Okay. Y'all quiet today. I know y'all probably excited. Y'all said it's the last meeting. We do have one more little event though together, but it is the last meeting.
You funny, Cam.
So we don't have a meeting next Wednesday?
No, so we just have the Senate bonding / social that we'll be doing on the 2nd of December.
Oh, cool. I just asked that group me, but you answered my question.
Sorry, I didn't respond. When did you ask it? Oh, you just asked.
No, you're good. Yeah, I was just trying to get my life together and figure out what days I was busy.
I felt that, Cam.
Okay, so it is 5:30, so I'll go ahead and just get started on time today. So I'll go ahead and pull up attendance, but just to go ahead, David, you can go ahead and do what you need to do for the interns.
Oh yeah, interns. Text that you're here so I can take attendance. So if y'all can do that now in the group in the little chat. Thank you. Oh, we love our interns. Yay for our interns. He'll never say hello. I know it's a Senate meeting, but yeah, just say hi before the meeting and after. Okay. Do you want to go ahead and start roll call, Cam?
Okay.
Senator Casey.
Here.
Senator Christopher. Later than me. Senator Grant.
Here.
Senator Hector. Senator Hector.
Here.
Then JTICU. Senator Jordan.
Jordan's not here.
Okay. That's right. And then Kelsey, we just saw you. Senator Melissa.
Here. Sorry.
Okay. You're good. Senator Navia.
Here.
Senator Paola.
Here.
Senator Ryan.
Here.
Senator Stefania.
Here.
Senator Tara.
Here.
Senator Maria.
Here.
Senator Sophia.
Sophia, she's going to be like about 15, 30 minutes late.
Yes, she has that recording. Senator Melissa.
Here.
Senator Victoria.
Here.
Senator Bushra. Senator Bushra.
She's not here.
Okay. Senator Alexica.
Here.
And then, is that spelled right?
Huh?
Her name on the.
Oh yeah, it's Alex.
I know, Alexica. I spelled it wrong.
And then lastly, Senator Stephanie.
Here.
All right, so we have, right now we're currently missing 4 senators, so that's it. Have quorum.
All right, so let's go ahead and move forward to the agenda. So for all business, we do have the approval of meeting minutes that were submitted. Hold on, let me pull those up real quick. Okay. Were there any objections to the meeting minutes that were submitted for November 11th meeting? Okay, if there's no objections, we'll go ahead and move forward. So the minutes were approved unanimously. So moving forward, we do have Supreme Court appointments. So we have 2 appointments. So Eunice Hernandez, and then we also have Sarah Stiles, I believe. I don't think Sarah's with us, but we'll see if Sarah's going to come still today. So Eunice, are you here? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so we missed you last week, but for this portion, all you'll be doing is just giving us a little spiel about who you are, your interest in the position, and any other information that you would like us to know.
Okay. Would you like for me to go ahead and start that then?
You can go ahead and start.
Okay. So hi guys. My name is Eunice Hernandez, and I'm a political science and criminal justice double major. Campus involvement that I have is I'm the internal events coordinator for FGSO, which is the first generation student org on campus. So what I do basically is I hold like FAFSA workshops, financial literacy, and like mental health among first gens, just to name a few things that I've done. I'm also a cluster leader for the FGSO mentorship program. So I basically facilitate and serve as a liaison between mentors and mentees. I'm also a part of Her Campus, which is just a group on campus that, helps uplift and empower women from various different backgrounds. I'm also an active brother of Phi Sigma Pi National Honor Fraternity. Aside from being an active brother, I'm also the scholarship chair. So I put on educational events for the chapter. I keep track of other active brothers' scholarship points, and I make sure my scholarship committee is adhering to the bylaws our organization has set for this quad of the chapter. So with that, I think relevant experience that I have that would serve great for this position is that I'm very familiar with how Robert's Rules of Order works, because in Phi Sig, we have elections and we use this Robert's Rules of Order in our general exec meetings. I also think the classes I've taken in poli-sci have helped me, because we do moot court simulations, and it gives me a stronger sense of what the judicial system is like, and has taught me things of that sort. So aside from my experience in organizations and in class, I also believe I possess qualities necessary for this position. I'm a very open-minded, dependable, and trustworthy person. I have a strong work ethic as well. So the reason I would like to serve in this position is because I think the Supreme Court is an important entity that contributes a lot to the organization without necessarily being on the forefront of it. So I feel like I would serve well within this branch of SGA, given I'm more like on the introverted side, kind of. It would also allow me to represent other first gens in a different capacity and help further develop my own skill set. And I would also like to contribute to just helping ease any disputes that arise, and just help me help further you know support like the UNT student body. And that's all I got.
All right, thanks, Eunice. Okay, so senators, this is your time. Senator Grant.
I'd like to move to a period of questioning.
Is there a second to the motion?
Also,
Seconded by Stephanie.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, go ahead, Grant, with your first question.
So, first of all, you did say you were a first generation college student. Is that correct?
yes.
Well, first of all, congratulations on that. That's very commendable and just very good. So,
Thank you.
question for you. Obviously, you are involved in numerous organizations. Would this joining yet another one, would it conflict with interest or anything like that? And we would be able to have enough time to basically juggle everything at once, multitask.
I would be able to juggle everything at once. I'm actually very good with time management, and I use the calendar on Outlook, and the Google Calendar, just to have several reminders for myself. And I usually always plan things very in advance. So as of right now, I know I'm very involved but I've actually not had any like scheduling conflicts. So I would like I think that this like me adding this on wouldn't be an issue.
Okay, thank you. If there's no objection or another senator that does not have a question, I have one more question for her.
Cam, you were muted when you were talking.
Can you just raise your hand one more time so I can recognize you? Just so we can make sure we just do that all the time. Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead with your next question, Grant.
So my final question for you is, have you read the Constitution and the bylaws of SGA?
Yes, I have read them briefly.
Okay.
Obviously, if I were to get this position, I would have to go back and read them more thoroughly, but I am somewhat aware of what the bylaws are.
Okay, thank you.
Does any other senators have questions? Okay. Any other motions? Go ahead, David.
So my question for you is, do you have any vision for the Supreme Court? Like, let's say some things you like to change.
I think if I were to make changes, it would really depend on whether I get appointed or not, and like see like I work with the other judges and how the other judges are, and then we could go from there.
Senator Grant, go ahead.
I'd like to go to a motion. I'd like to motion to go to a period of voting.
Victoria seconds that.
Okay. So move to a period of voting. Okay, so I'm dropping the link in the chat right now. And so this is going to be in the Senate channel on Microsoft Teams. You were approved by a vote of 15-1. So congratulations. 14-1, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. We'll see you later. All right, so moving forward, we have another Supreme Court appointment for Sarah Stiles. Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes, can y'all hear me all right?
Yes, we can. So or this portion will be just similar how Eunice did. So you'll just give us a little spiel about why you would like to be a Supreme Court Justice.
All right, perfect. Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah. My name's actually Sarah Yusuf, but y'all can call me Sarah Stiles. That's what everybody knows me by. I'm a senior here at UNT. I'm currently a journalism student with a concentration in public relations, and I'm getting my minor in political science. Right now on campus, I'm involved in Public Relations Student Society of America. I'm serving as secretary. And I'm also actually involved in SGA. I am the co-associate of associate director of social media. So I serve on the communications team. With that, my experience in PR as of late, especially on PA, has definitely, my experience there with Robert's Rules of Order has definitely helped contribute to what I could kind of flip that into with the Supreme Court, but also just learning more about public relations in general and matching that with my minor in poli-sci. I have kind of loved the role of the mediator, which I thought could serve well on the Supreme Court. I have been looking for more ways to get involved before I graduate in May. So that kind of, that's why I'm now in PRSSA and why I've taken on more roles, like with my SGA role already. So I do think that moving forward toward graduation, I think kind of that mediator role would be another great way for me to step in and be a little bit more involved. I did kind of weigh the options about whether I wanted to do Supreme Court justice or actually run for senator like the rest of y'all. And I thought I would actually better serve as a Supreme Court justice, just with how I can manage time. On top of all of that campus involvement, I do also have a job. I work in digital marketing for an apartment management company. So if any of y'all ever need apartments, definitely come hit me up. But on top of all of that, I would appreciate being selected as a justice, just because I do I have familiarized myself more with SGA the more I immerse myself in the communications team, and I love the organization and would love to find any way I can to kind of help it evolve before I leave campus.
All right, thanks, Sarah. Okay, Grant, go ahead.
I'd like to motion go to a period of questioning.
Jermaine.
Oh, second.
Okay. Grant, go ahead with the first question.
So, obviously, you are involved with UNT, and that's very admirable and very. It was nice to hear that you considered being a senator, but you thought you could better serve as a associate or Supreme Court justice. So that's very good. So, can you please describe my question for you is, can you please describe a situation in which you had to make a decision that interfered with a friendship you had or with any positions that you've held, and just be able to stay as professional as possible?
Honestly, yes, I can actually think of quite a few. I used to work off campus as a leasing community agent at, I guess, an off-campus student housing place. And there, many of my friends lived as residents where I also worked in the front office. And so there were quite a few times when I was kind of asked to use my power, being that close to management, and you know, that's where people pay rent. I was kind of asked to tweak things in friends' favors if I could. You know, make extra keys for people, kind of just random stuff would get asked, and I always kind of had a calling upon myself in my entire life. I've always thought character is what you do when no one's looking. So no matter who my friends are or what it is, it's you have to pay the late fees if you're late, if you're locked out after hours. Sorry, you're going to have to pay that. I'll help you out, but you'll have to pay that. So in situations like that, though people are my friends, I won't cut allowances for them just because they are my friends and I have that power, because I would never want to abuse my authority or the power someone has trusted me with in a way that it is personal or for my personal gain.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Okay, Senator David.
Hey Sarah, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. So you mentioned that you were currently under the communication team, right?
Yes.
Cam, can she do both or no? Because under the Constitution for Article 3, composition of the Association, subsection B says that no member of the executive branch shall serve concurrently in any other branch of the SGA.
She's not an executive member.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a part of our branch. We call it administrative team. I mean, but it's not a part of our branch, though.
Okay, just wanted to clear that out.
Okay, Senator Germain.
Yes, I just had one question. I was curious to know what from the communication team would you bring over to the judicial branch that might have worked, or something that you might would do differently?
I will hold off on anything I would do differently, just because I'm not too sure how things are working yet. So I would love to kind of see how the Supreme Court does things before I suggest that they change anything. But some awesome things I have learned about the communication team is just how integrated everybody within SGA is. It seems that the different parts are all working together. And sometimes kind of within the communications team, like we can always, use some more information on like a social media request. Sometimes, finding that person, that has kind of led me to the thought of, all of these, different teams and different members of exec, they're all integrated to this one bigger cause. And I can kind of see that bigger cause working in every one of those social media requests that we get. So kind of just knowing how much each individual cares about the greater good of the organization has helped me, as a somewhat newer member of the organization, care more about it, because I can just see how much everybody gives. So any way to kind of help the whole move forward is what I want to be here to do.
All right, Senator David.
I move to recognize Devin to speak.
Okay, are there any objections? Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Senator. Hi, Sarah. This is probably a little bit more of a procedural question than anything. I think that your attributes, the service that you have to the community is not anything in question. My only concern is it's my understanding that the members of the communications team answer directly to the executive branch or executive branch members, and so I'm worried about there being a conflict of interest there. And so I was just wondering if, and maybe this is a question that you can answer, Cameron, do members of the communication team answer directly to an executive branch member or executive branch members? And you mentioned that the team that we were talking about is not a part of the executive branch. So I was just wondering which branch that's identified in the Constitution they would fall under. Thank you.
So that might be a question for Cam. I do know I report to our communications director, Amani. So she is a member of the exec team, but I'm not sure how the other questions might want to be answered, Cam.
I mean, it's not in the Constitution, Devin. So, it's never been in the Constitution. It's just been called administrative team. So, I don't know if it's considered under the executive branch. That would be, something that us as the legislative body to work on in deciding if it is a member of the executive branch, but I'm not sure. Okay, go ahead, JT.
Yeah, I guess that clarification would just come from UCAM and I guess the rest of the exec board, because I know last year they did consider the admin staff a part of the exec board, but that was last year's administration. I'm not sure if you guys are carrying that over as well.
Okay. We can decide as amongst Michael, but I didn't know it was like that big of a concern. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the situation. I don't know. Go ahead, Grant.
Since I don't know how my other senators feel, but since this is kind of an issue a little bit, and we need some clarification from the executive branch, I motion that we table this appointment until the spring semester, or until the executive branch comes out and says, is it a part of the administration staff or not?
Second, I'll second that.
Okay, we'll take a vote. So let's go ahead by roll call. Casey Jimenez.
Aye.
And so this is in favoring of tabling the motion, or the appointment to the next session. Okay, Senator Christopher.
Aye.
Senator David.
Aye.
Senator Grant.
Aye.
Senator Hector.
Aye.
Senator Jermaine.
Aye.
Senator Jordan. Senator Kelsey.
Aye.
Senator Melissa.
Aye.
Here, Senator Navia.
Aye.
Senator Paola.
Aye.
Senator Ryan.
Nay.
Senator Stefania.
Aye.
Senator Tara.
Aye.
Senator Maria.
Aye.
Senator Sophia. Senator Melisa.
Aye.
Senator Victoria.
Nay.
Senator Alexica.
Aye.
Senator Stephanie.
Aye.
All right, so that's majority vote. So we'll go ahead and table the appointment. So Sarah, we'll touch base with you as far as what will be the next steps, and we'll figure that out. All right.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so moving forward, so now we have the legislation. So where is it at? This is for the cultural competency. So we can still take questions for the legislation. Oh girl, this is the wrong one. Okay. Give me 1 second. Sorry, y'all. I had this on my laptop last time, so I need to look at my files. I thought I sent it over to myself. Documents. Oh, here discussion. This is okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this was the legislation that we had that was submitted by Senator Jermaine and as well as our Director of Diversity and Inclusion. So we can still take questions, but this is the voting meeting for these two pieces of legislation. So I'll go ahead and give over the opportunity for any questions. So this will be question period right now. Okay, go ahead, JT.
Hey Kim, this was the original version. This isn't our updated one. I think I might have sent your email last week for the updated one.
This one I just went to. Let me see. Preview. I'm sorry. Was the one I brought up? Okay, well, is this the correct one then? Maybe because I'm tripping. This is the right. Is this not the right one? Yeah, this is, I believe this is it, correct?
Yeah, that's the right one, Cam.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and take questions. Or any motions for anything.
I'd like to go to a motion to a period of questioning, or I guess take a little.
What happened? Can you repeat, please, Grant? I couldn't hear you. You're going in and out.
Am I on mute?
No, you just kind of like broke off. I couldn't hear what you said.
I'd like to motion to go to a period of questioning for debate.
Okay. Is there a second for it?
I second.
Okay.
David.
Go ahead, Grant, with the first question.
So, from this bill, is it my understanding that obviously trying to get some more, what is the word I'm looking for, inclusion and more diverse way of looking at things, but where did we get the information of where this needed to happen? Is there a basis or cause of why this bill needs to be implemented?
So yes, and I'll let Tommy speak. I'm not sure if Tommy's on the call, but if he is, he can speak after me. So when I reached out to Stephanie Brown, I served as an orientation leader this past summer. And when I talked to her about the concept of having cultural competency, just like we have diversity and inclusion training, she thought that it was definitely a need for it, considering that we had a climate survey that really showed that depending on your race and ethnicity, you're having a different experience at UNT. And so we thought that at orientation could be a perfect first stepping stone into understanding these different cultures that you're around. If you come from a very, let's say, conservative background, or you've never seen a Black person, or you've never seen a Latino person, or you've never been around somebody with a different background than you, this can be a great component to add in to help you overall be able to adjust to this new environment, as UNT is now a minority serving institution and a Hispanic serving institution. And I'll let Tommy speak if he has anything to add.
Yes, to add on to that, JT covered it pretty well, but just growing up in a monoracial society causes many people to have implicit biases against people who they do not encounter to a certain extent. And this will allow people to give an introspective look into basically types of implicit bias that they might have against a specific group of people because they never got a chance to live around different groups, different people of color and different different religious groups. Essentially, this would be a good way to basically look at that and figure out how, as a community, a UNT community, we can move forward and address some of the situations that exist on our campus.
Senator Grant.
Yeah, I understand all that, and I'm all for this. I guess just for personal use, where did y'all pull this information on this was transpiring? This was there like a table or website that y'all were like, oh, this is happening at UNT, or is this a preventative measure?
So, okay, I'll speak from my perspective, and then Tommy can go after me as well. So right now I'm in a cultural competency class right now. Like I'm taking a course over culture competency and how important it is for a higher educational places, especially like UNT that serve minority serving students and Hispanic serving students, that we have some type of cultural competency done at orientation, if that makes sense, because that is a place where we can make that first step before students even get adjusted to classes or seeing this new community. They can already kind of get that background knowledge. Like I said, if they come from a conservative background or even an exposed background, they can learn something new, if that makes sense. And just like we have a diversity and inclusion mandate training last summer for orientation, Ms. Stephanie thought that it would be a great idea for this year us to also have a cultural competency one. And just to be clear, these stats came from the climate survey that was taken from all student, staff, and faculty in 2019, so last year. And these were the results, and this is why we think that it's important to have this.
Senator
Yes.
Casey. Oh, sorry, Tommy.
Okay, no worries. Just to add on to that specifically, it does come directly through the Division of Institutional Equity and Diversity, this Campus Inclusion Climate Survey. It took about almost 2 years basically for people to get it together. The university spent a lot of resources to get this climate survey practiced. Thousands of students participated in it of all different ethnic groups and religious backgrounds. And so that is basically where we were able to get these numbers, the statistical data that you see on the bill.
Okay, thank you. Amazing stuff, guys.
Yep, and Casey did send a link, so please go ahead and educate yourself and read over those facts. Okay, so are there any more questions, David?
Oh, I would like to make a motion.
Okay.
To amend the resolution. I'm very picky on grammar. Can we just add periods after every clause for all the whereas and let it be resolved? I think we forgot that.
Okay. Is that a everybody's all right with that? Yes. Okay. So I just go ahead and add the periods on here. Period. Okay. David, go ahead.
And I move to vote on F 2020 resolution 2 cultural competency for orientation and traditional programs department.
I second that. And you said traditional instead of transitions. So
I'm so sorry. I don't know how to speak English.
Okay. I'm sending it in the chat, and then Alexica and Stephanie. So y'all just told me that y'all were in the chat, so I'll just I'll send it to you separately.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that. Please go ahead and submit your responses if you haven't. I'm gonna give you guys about another 30 seconds. All right. Okay, so congratulations, JT and Tommy. So the bill was approved unanimously. So we'll go ahead and move forward with the next steps for the or for the resolution. I'm sorry.
Hey, Bill, do you know how many votes for that? For
yes,
record?
It was 17-0.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, JT. Thanks, Tommy. Okay. So next we do have the resolution that was submitted by Victoria, David, Sophia, Tara, and Jordan. So I did leave this highlighted portion on there. This is because this is what was changed or added and amended during our last meeting. And so we'll go ahead and just take motions, and those motions will move on to the period of questioning. So are there any motions on the floor right now? I don't see any motions. Go ahead, JT.
Unless anybody had any further questions, then I would motion to move to a period of voting, unless somebody had a question.
I second it.
Okay. So the motion was seconded. So I'll go ahead and send you all the link for this legislation. Give you 1 second to grab it. So congratulations. Okay, so we had 15 submissions, so 14 to 1. The resolution was approved. So congratulations, Victoria, David, Sophia, Tara, and Jordan. Definitely good job. All right, y'all. So we'll go ahead and in the future, we'll touch bases as far as what's next for those steps. Okay. Because the next item we have on the agenda, so this is college reports. So please, if you all do have your report, let me know. I'll just go by the colleges. If not, you're fine just to say nothing to report. College of Business.
Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so last week we had an appointment, and so we kind of just spent earlier today just getting her up to date, making sure that she's in our group chats and everything. And then we just talked about kind of our future plans for stuff that we want to bring up to our dean. Probably when we get back from the break is when we're going to have a meeting with her, just because everyone's so busy right now. And then there's a few ideas that we had for the university as well that we're going to run by Cameron sometime soon as well. And that's about it.
Great. Okay. Bushra's not here. College of HPS.
Nothing to report.
Okay. Class.
Yes, our dean did get back to us, and we're gonna meet with her and her, I believe her, I think assistant or aide, I believe it's called, on the 27th. I met with Senator Lawson, and we're gonna send out a mass email. That's what we're gonna talk about with our dean. This is the plan, to send out a mass email with a questionnaire / survey on who, basically questions to kind of involve us more and get to know what was bothering with our constituents and our fellow classmates in the college. So we're going to get back and probably tackle that when we get back from and deal with those issues as we get back and return from the spring semester.
All right, sounds good. Okay. Is Sophia back? No, she's not here. Okay, so we'll skip College of Music. College of Science.
Hey y'all. So we actually met with our dean today, and I feel like we had a pretty good meeting because we talked dad. I'm sorry, y'all. But we talked about
I can butt in.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
No, we had a really good meeting with the dean. I forgot their names already. I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Gao and Mr. You said what?
Quintanilla.
Yeah, his last name was kind of long, but we talked about like mental illness. I mean, not mental illness, mental health, and like how COVID affected everything about it. And we're just trying to find like solutions that could help the mental health of students in the College of Science and outside as well. And then we also explored ideas about funding, not funding, but you know, when you sign up for funds from the school, we also want to send out forms for that, and because that would provide a lot of financial support. What was that?
The Dean Student Support Fund.
Yes, so we can send that out to, I think it only applied to College of Science people, but we did mention that. And then we were just talking more about like the COVID funds that are actually still available for students. So if y'all haven't signed up for that, they actually gave me like $1,000 last year. So they do have money for us. And we were just talking about that and how it would help. And I can't remember what else. But do you remember, David?
I know we also touched on how the labs are being run. So I feel like a big part of our discussion with the deans today was the issues we have with our labs, because in our classes in general and talking to them about how it should be fair all over the board. So getting them to really look at the inconsistencies within College of Science. So I feel like we had a really good meeting today with them.
Yeah, we also. Oh, sorry.
Oh, what were you saying?
Huh?
What were you saying?
I was gonna add more onto that.
Oh, go ahead.
So I know I also asked about for math, because I'm a math major, about options because we're currently, I don't know if y'all know, but usually all our math courses are completely asynchronous. So what asynchronous kind of means is YouTube videos. So he did discuss that for a lot of those generalized courses, there'll be more options in the spring that we'll have on campus, so in person, asynchronous, and then synchronous options. But to wrap it up, is kind of like they're being flexible. They're taking it semester by semester because everything is still uncertain. But other than that, it was a very productive meeting.
Sounds good. All right. Honors College.
Yes, so actually I met with my Dean Blackstone 2 weeks ago. We had a great conversation about diversity and inclusion and kind of how we can make the Honors College a better space for everybody. We also have plans to have an event on January 14th to have a Honors College town hall with me and her on it, just to hear student concerns from the Honors College as far as the honors process to actually graduate with the honors cert. Or whatever. So we're trying to figure out better ways to make that accessible to students, even if they come into the honors college like in their sophomore, junior, or senior year. Well, sophomore or junior year. But that's pretty much all that we talked about for our meeting and future plans for next semester too. So.
All right, Tams College.
I have nothing to report.
Okay. All right. So moving on to speaker announcements. So first item I'm going to talk about is guest speakers. So just reminding you all to please let me know for the spring semester if there's any specific departments, anyone that you all would like to come to our meetings just to speak information that possibly we should definitely, get out to the student body. Please feel free just to email me and let me know. And yeah. So next we have Center of the Session nominees. So we have 2 nominations that I received. So Senator Victoria and Senator Jermaine. So I'm super excited to receive the nominations. So I've already emailed them to let them know exactly how the first part will work, just to let you all know. So they will just give kind of a little presentation, not like a presentation, but just their reasoning of why they would like to be Senator of the Session. And then from there, we will move to voting. And that's how we will conclude the Senator of the Session. All right, so I guess let me see who I have first on my list. Hold on. Okay, so it's up to you guys, whichever one. It doesn't matter to me.
Ladies first.
Okay, go ahead, Victoria.
Great. My anxiety is throughout the roof. But hi, everyone. My name is Victoria. I wanted to be nominated for the Center of this 56th session just because I felt like I dedicated a lot of my time to SGA this semester, despite joining not very last minute, but the month of everything starting. I felt like I put all my eggs in a basket, and I was like, I have so much SGA pride and I really want to represent this organization well. So first of all, I am a mentor for the intern program, so I feel like that already kind of represents my involvement within the organization. And from the beginning, when they had the little SGA spotlight on Instagram, I signed up for that really early because I really want to show my SGA pride and just be on the page. So I guess that really shows my involvement. And I also signed up for the SGA scholarship. So what I'm basically trying to say is that everything that SGA has thrown out for me as a resource, I've taken it, which just shows my pride and involvement in the org. And same with the student committees. When they first came out, I made sure to sign up right away to make sure that I was in a committee that I wanted to be dedicated and felt like I could perform well in. So that was student wellness. And I have been doing a lot of things with that so far. We are meeting with the health center this Friday. So we're moving forward with helping the students' mental health due to COVID, just trying to implement some actions. So there's that. And I actually had 2 people tell me that I should apply to be a nominee for the Center of the Session. So I felt having those 2 opinions really reinforced my involvement in this organization and that I do deserve this position because it's not just my own ego telling me that, it's other people's opinions. And yeah, so I felt like I really maintained communication despite the COVID situation. I really made sure to ask questions because I'm a science major and I feel like I don't know much about poli-sci. So people that have the advantage of being a poli-sci major kind of know how government works, but personally I didn't. So I made sure to ask a lot of questions and stay involved, stay informed, and just learn more about the org despite my lack of information initially. And let me see. I actually pulled up my application because I wrote some pretty good points. And yeah, so my plans for next semester is obviously to continue to pass legislation and make change within the organization and not just kind of, take this place as just something from my resume. I actually want to make change. And I think that is it. I listed out all the things that I made sure I was involved in this semester for SGA, and I just passed legislation. So thank you guys who voted for that. But yeah, I think that's it. And I hope you guys vote for me for the 56th session.
All right, thanks, Victoria. Okay, JT, you got it.
All right. Hey, Senate. So I'm coming to you passionately, kind of how I feel I have all semester long. Also, too, I had outside people tell me that I should apply to be center of the session for this session due to the work that I have done. And hopefully you all will agree. I think that my passion, the work that I've done for this semester kind of speaks for itself, and my ability to be an ambassador for SGA, not only in SGA, but also outside of SGA. I think of like my passion of why I decided to run. I remember last year being an intern thinking like, why aren't senators trying to push for stuff? Why aren't they advocating for their constituents? Why aren't they pushing the envelope with bills and stuff? Why are they always looking to the exec board to do stuff? That's why we have a student senate. And so from there, I just pushed my passion and decided to run on this thing about forwarding the student senate, making the senator position look positive in a positive light, not only to my fellow senators and SGA members, but also people outside of SGA. And some of the work that I had done as I was reflecting over my application and applying for this, I kind of reflected over things that I have done, and I want to share those with you guys. Like I said, I've tried to serve as an ambassador, not only for SGA, but also my specific college. Me and Dean Blackstone have already met already. We do have an event planned for January 14th, where I will take student concerns about Honors College and just making it a better place. I do want to note that 100% of all legislation that was passed this semester, either I was an author on it, a co-sponsor, or either gave a suggestion for it, like to be sent to committee, or either put something else in it to make the bill more plausible. So that was on all pieces of legislation this semester that were passed. And those are bills like the communication bill that I passed with the former SGA comms director for our constitution, the office of the inspector general, that bill, and also our cultural competency bill that me and Tommy just passed. And I'm so grateful for that because it will really help Black and Brown students that come to this campus, and also not even Black and Brown students, but also other students that might not have been exposed to a different culture before they came here. So I think that's going to be great and impact this campus heavily at orientation. I've also worked on with multiple different exec members this year. So I worked with the chief of staff, and I've worked with Tommy, who's at diversity and inclusion. Also Yasmin, I got to be on the SGA intern program panel last week. So I've gotten to work with other exec members other than Cameron, just to get a feel and also kind of bridge that gap between senators and SGA exec members. I was also asked, because of this position and how well I was doing in the role, somebody thought that I was good enough to be on President Neil Sumatra's Diversity and Inclusion Committee. And so in that committee, I have brought up multiple student concerns that I've heard through SGA, kind of from everybody, and kind of getting feedback from our president to see like how we can make this place a more diverse and inclusive space for everybody. And then as your speaker pro tempore, at the beginning of this session, you all thought that I was well enough to serve you as speaker pro tempore. I have made sure that I've kept in communication with Cameron all semester to kind of be a liaison to make sure that the Senate is kind of getting what they want out of this, and also providing you with those extra resources. And also by making sure that I am sending him all the committee reports so that Cameron is kind of updated on what we've been working on. I also co-led the workshop with my fellow other officers as we did the workshop about bills and resolutions. And I kind of encouraged some of you and kind of showed you like, this is how you write a bill, this is how you write a resolution, this is how you can really use your power to be an effective senator. And also I feel like I've been able to really push this narrative that senators can ask questions. You can be bold while also being respectful. I feel like throughout this session, I have been able to really push the envelope on things, especially when questions about maybe the website or questions about our constitution or bylaws. I always push the envelope on that, but I'm also making sure that I'm keeping a respectful manner and understanding that SGA is business, but also you can have a personal relationship with outside of this as well and just be lighthearted and fun. So I hope that I have inspired all of you. I hope I've done a well job serving you as Speaker Pro Tempore. I do believe that I deserve to be your senator of session just because of all the hard work that I've done throughout this semester to make Senate great for everybody, and also all the things that I've done outside of just Senate, but having those meetings with Stephanie Brown, our director of orientation and transition programs, having those meetings with Neil Sumatras, and putting in the conversation like SGA is still working even in the midst of a pandemic. So I hope I've made all of you proud, regardless of this award or not, but I'm gonna keep pushing the envelope even next semester, and I'm excited to see what we all do together.
All right, thanks, JT. Okay, so I'm going to put the link for voting in the chat. And so you guys can go ahead and submit your votes, and I'll announce at the end of our meeting, actually, the results.
dance when it come on. Everybody looking for a dance floor to run on.
If you wanna run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just for me. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of company, you met me at the perfect time. You want me, I want you, baby. My sugar boo, I'm levitating. The Milky Way, we're renegading. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. You, moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
Hey Cam, we don't see the link on Teams.
You don't see the link. Okay, let me see. I'll send it again. Oh, I'm dumb. Girl, I'm over here sending it to Stephanie. I'm dumb. All right. Pause. Okay. Haha. Joke's on me. Okay, now.
Hear you, Cam.
I was like, I sent the message, like, what are you saying? And I said, why is there only one thing on here? Okay, fine. Okay. So we'll go ahead and move forward through the agenda. So next item we do have is officer reports. I'll announce the results after we finish the officer reports. And then I think we'll be concluding the meeting unless there's any other announcements from anyone else. Were there any questions for our officers? Go ahead, David.
I just wanted to say thank you, Cam, and thank you, Armani, for updating our website. It looks amazing.
Yeah, that's all kudos to Amani for that. Okay, JT, go ahead.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say the same thing. I was gonna tell her thank you for all her support and help. I know she's been working hard, and I saw the website, and it looks it looks really good. I wanted to say that to her. She asked me about that earlier in the week, but I finally got a chance to look at it, and I wanted to say it in front of everybody that it was very nice. It looks very nice updated.
Well, I'm sure she appreciates it. I don't know where she's at, but I'll make sure she hears all the good news.
I'm right here. All right, y'all.
There she is. Thank you.
Okay. Were there any other questions for officers? Y'all are just trying to see the results. Okay, so outside of that, so for my announcements, December 2nd, so that's what's been decided for our social that we'll have. So we'll be at 6 p.m. So it'll be just senators. This will be our ugly sweater contest, and then I also got a Jackbox game. What is it called? Subscription. Yes, I got one of those. So we'll be playing some of the games, probably, of course, have the ugly sweater contest. So make sure you have like 2 weeks to get your sweaters. Go thrifting, find an ugly sweater, show it off. There will be prizes, of course. And yeah. Okay. So yes, Casey.
I'm so sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good.
But I did put the link for that climate survey in the chat, and I would really encourage everyone to look through it. It has some very revealing information inside. It can be a very long read. The full report's like 290 pages, but I believe there's an executive report, which is like 15 to 19 pages, not nothing too long. But I would definitely encourage everyone to take a look at it at some point. It's the biggest response from our constituents that we've probably had this year that was released. So it's definitely good to look at an overall response. So just put that
And I
out there.
also just wanted to add, honestly, I believe, no, they started this survey in 2017. I'm pretty for sure. Because I took this survey my freshman year, and Neil has been talking about asking where's the data for it. Well, they have one person who's doing the data, so it's going to take a long time to do data for like 36,000 people. So, yeah, I think it was very useful, and dittoing everything Casey said. But I just want to make that known because like that was ridiculous. But okay, JT.
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off of Casey and Cam to definitely take a look at it and read it. It's very revealing. You probably be shocked by what you read, but like Casey said, this is kind of like the nearest thing that we have to what the student body and our constituents are feeling while they're going here at UNT. So I definitely say read it for sure and look into it.
Okay. All right, David. Yes.
I was gonna ask the chief of staff. They were gonna get a budget report this semester or not.
Hi, David. I'm actually on the call. So I can work on getting that report. To be honest, we haven't really bought much other than the spooky basket giveaways from DT, and then of course the name tags in hopes of receiving them either tomorrow, or not tomorrow, I apologize, Friday, or the lady from Denton Trophy House said the 23rd. She'll give me an update if we don't get them by then. And then we are working on getting another purchase for DT for a Christmas giveaway, but that one hasn't been officially purchased just yet. And then, of course, just the 2 webcams that we bought. But those 3 to 4 purchases have really been all that we've made. Other than that, we haven't bought anything else. But I've, of course, been keeping documentation of it as we buy the few things that we do.
Okay, do you think if you can send an email kind of later, just to get a detailed expenditure on that?
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Thank you so much.
Okay, my bad. All right, so drum roll, please. So we'll go ahead and make the announcement for the senator of the 56th session. So can I please get a drum roll? All right, so the senator of the session is Jermaine Turner. Congrats, JT.
Thank y'all.
I was gonna say I support you regardless because your speech was really good.
No, same to you, Victoria. Thank you for coming in and being so willing to like go for it. We need that in Senate. And I just want to say to every senator, y'all, please keep pushing the envelope. Please keep doing what you're doing. No matter if somebody is like, no matter if you feel like it's not paying off, keep working. It's gonna pay off. I promise you, it's paying off. Somebody's watching. You're inspiring somebody. No matter what anybody says to you, keep working, keep grinding. I promise you, you are inspiring somebody. You changing somebody's life. I promise you. So I just want to make that clear to everybody. And thank y'all for such a great session. And shout out to all my officers. Love y'all. Love you, David and Grant and Cam. Great job, Cam.
Love
great,
you, JT.
Great job. Great job, Cam.
Love everyone.
Y'all are sweet. But yes, congrats to JT. So I'll get in touch with you on getting you a gift and everything. Okay, so were there any announcements from any other members? Yes, JT.
So the BSU Fall Ball Awards is tomorrow. So if any of you want to join, I'll drop it in the social link. But it would be nice to see all y'all there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also we will be having an event with BSU on the 20th as well in the evening time. So it's a collab that we're doing together. So definitely take a look at our social media. definitely pub. Spread the word about it too as well. All right. So I mean, other than that, so we'll be seeing each other in about 2 weeks. So I won't. Oh, go ahead, Ryan.
Hey everyone, Cameron already knows this, and so does my committee. Due to courses and how they work out, I'm going to have to resign at the end of this semester. So I just want to thank everyone for letting me be a part of the Senate, and it's been a blast.
Yes, Ryan, we've enjoyed you. We're gonna really miss you though. Definitely feel free, come back next fall, reapply, run, and who knows? Okay. So outside of that, definitely so we'll see each other right before finals, but in between the meantime, have a safe and great Thanksgiving. Eat lots of food, and I'll see you guys back on the 2nd. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all. We're gonna miss you, Ryan.
Bye.
Don't be a stranger. It's still running. Who is this? Who are you? I'm not muted. Fine. There needs to be, there's no stop recording option on this? Oh my god. Because I need to see, oh my god. He didn't make me co-host. He didn't make me co-host. Oh, shit. I'm gonna leave.